So you maybe only get 30% of what the lottery was. I think it is closer to like 50-60%, but this is going to be a little bit maybe dismissive, but I find most people that take the lottery very seriously tend to be people that don't have tend to be people that don't take financial security generally that seriously. And this is very much kind of like a hit and miss. But I used to work with a guy at a grocery store, and every day after every shift, he would spend 20% of his income on lotto tickets. And to my knowledge, he never ever won even remotely close to big. And maybe he will win big at some point. But if you're that willing to spend, 20% of your daily income effectively on lotto tickets, you're probably not thinking too much about financial security. So I used to watch those I used to watch those movies. I used to watch those shows about, so-and-so won the lottery, and now they're going to, now they've hired us to, make their dream home or something like that. And, I think there was a statistic about those, those shows where they'd get the free house, that over half of them pretty much do not ever keep their house. Not documentaries. It's usually shoot. Whatever's on the channel with the... I don't honestly remember. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. But I'd like the ones where they do, build a new, dream home and all sorts of stuff like that. Just because it was always kind of neat seeing this, crazy dream home. Because I've always lived in... I'm not going to say crappy houses, but my parents live a very Spartan life. So, seeing people live in this, super idyllic, see it in a magazine for... top 10 best houses in the US or something crazy like that. I'd like to live vicariously through those for a while. Until I heard that, yeah, many of them just straight up lose their houses. Within, X number of years of winning the lottery or getting this free house or something like that. Yeah, HGTV had it. I knew it was an H something. But it's... just because you've won the lottery rarely actually makes a person suddenly financially sound. You just have a lot of spare money to spend on something. Wow, I had to go way out here. Let's, head for the lost cargo. Yeah, a whole lot of money, no idea how to manage it, equals no money. Especially because people 100% come out of the woodwork. The moment they hear that you have hit it big for one way or another. Gosh, what was it? I don't think I actually have any examples of this. As much. It's weird. I guess not exactly in the same example, but my extended family. I'm not gonna say no. They're not good people. I think objectively, within their own community, they are okay people. But in a wider range, they're not good people. And so my dad doesn't talk to them anymore. And kind of as part of this, neither do I. It doesn't help that they're horrible, terrible racists, but and I'd never really known this, but apparently with my dad, the guys would generally be kind of hard on my dad because he was a nerd. I think just all of them. His brothers were not ever particularly kind to him because of the career he went into, which is wild because he's the only one that's ever been consistently employed. Let's see. I'll let the resource scanner roll for a bit. But apparently one thing that I never knew about is they would often put him down for knowing things. You know, my dad isn't a medical doctor, but he has a doctorate. And so they would often ask like weird gotcha questions for like, hey, what about this? And then my dad would answer, you know, factually and honestly, and then it'd be like, nope. And it very much was kind of the like flat earth theory kind of like weird logic loop where they try and trick you into answering wrong so they can look smarter. Yeah, very much he knows stuff, he's a nerd. Or he, you know, I knew this one thing that makes me smarter than you. I think it just boils down to the fact that none of my extended relatives graduated high school. Like, some of my cousins did, yes. But, uncles and aunts-wise, none of them are educated. And I think that has created a problem just when it comes to talking to other people. And some people are, like, totally humble and, you know, very normal about this sort of thing. And I find a lot of other people tend to be kind of weirdly snitty about it. It's like, oh, you're one of those people that went to college. And it's just like, yeah. It's kind of what you do nowadays. Let's see. But, of course, my dad was, of my extended family, the one that everybody would generally go to after my grandparents for, hey, you know, Auntie so-and-so got kicked in the head by a horse, and she can't pay the medical bills. Yeah, who shells out the money for that? Not exactly in the win the lotto territory, but very much within the, like, easy to see people as a resource. I see. I'm looking for little yellow canisters. That's what I'm here for. And so, I can't even imagine what it would be like if I heard that, like... Well, I mean, imagine, friend of yours gets $1 million, and you hear about it on TV. Let's go higher. $100 million. And they are effectively set for life as long as they manage that money well. And you hear about this, and you're set to hang out with him, and you just broke your leg, and the copay is killing you, or your student loan is killing you, or something like that. You know, would there not be that temptation to say, hey, can you spot me, you know, that $1,000? It would make my life so much easier. Because honestly, thinking about it to some degree, I don't think even I could necessarily get around that. That if, you know, if I found out that, well, I don't know. That's a good example. If I mean, I'm fairly comfortable with where I am. Spotted a friend who at work $1,000 and it learned he spent it on cocaine. Oh no! Oh, these sealed containers are separate inventory things. Oh, that's awful. Why would they do this? Okay, so the last one is somewhere around here. I kind of really wish my radar would pick these up. I'm not big on the whole search. Let's skip lost cargo in the future. This is hell. Maybe other people can see it, but I'm having a lot of trouble finding blinky little boxes in the middle of nowhere. Let's see. I have a written contract about it. If a friend of yours is willing to steal $1,000 to spend on cocaine, I guarantee you that contract is not going to be worth the money that it's written on, and pursuing them for that debt is going to be 1,000 times harder than you're going to want it to be. Ideally, it would be great if you could just be like, okay, you know, you owe me this $1,000. Pay up, or, you know, I'm taking you to court. But you take them to court, and they're still not going to have that $1,000. They spent it on cocaine. Is that it? No. God damn it. I'm just going to be staring at... be staring at this for a while until we spot it. Like, it'd be cool if they popped up on the radar after a certain point. I've literally got a scanner that's supposed to do this. Isn't cocaine illegal? Yeah. That doesn't stop people. It really doesn't stop people. This blows. Who thought this was a good idea? The worst part is, like, sunk cost fallacy. I wanna finish this quest and then never do it again. What I should do is just bail now and say, screw it, never mind. This quest is stupid and I don't want to do it. But it's like... I have one more. Oh, there it is. I have one more. It's this tiny little blinky thing amongst a million bright points. Okay, acquisition of goods. I guess I'll head for the, this station. Do you have any other quests? Well, attackers. Nah, we'll get that in a second. Yeah, beacons or something, beacons are something better for the quest to be worthwhile. It's just one of those where it's like, any gameplay objective that just requires you to sit there and stare at a screen for a while trying to spot something, or just kind of waste your time in that manner, generally isn't great game design from my perspective. I realize I rail on this and I've gotten yelled at about it a lot, but like, I will always call out kind of iffy game design when I see it, because games generally should be fun. You can't make them all fun, you can't make them all great, but there should rarely, if ever, be parts of games that are negative fun. And it should be pretty easy to spot when you've made something that is just truly negative fun, and that was it. Deliver diluted insidium to the GMP main station. What does that even mean? I don't know. Okay. Main thing, though. Now I can put on the pretty armor. My problem with Littlewood after a certain point, it feels like work to play just to do more work. Yup. And that is why I didn't actually bother to do that one. Okay, so how do I do this one? Wait. Oh. So I have to just find diluted insidium and bring it here. What is negative fun to one person is positive to another one. You can't make a perfect game for everybody, sadly. That's why we have so many different games, though. I think objectively, though, there are certain times where that is absolutely still bullshit. Like, I'm gonna call you out on that one. You're gonna have an incredibly hard time finding a single person that's going to enjoy staring at space, trying to find a blinky box, and say, that was the most fun I've had this entire experience. Or even, that was even remotely close to worthwhile. There are absolutely times when fun is subjective and certain things can be chosen, but, like, that one's indefensible. Like, I guess flip side, I would be okay with it if that's what I knew what I was signing on for. You know, if it's like, hey, I want to play this blinky light searching game. And you look at that from the outside, you're like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is exactly what I signed on for. But I remember playing a puzzle game a while back that just included a really shitty platforming running segment. And it's just like, why would you put this in this game? It makes no sense. Honestly, you find that kind of relaxing. But not in Everspace. Isn't staring at space looking for something, basically a job description for a field of people who only go into it. Yeah, I realize maybe I'm being a little bit too contentious here. Because Where's Waldo is fun, but don't sneak Where's Waldo into a game, maybe. And if you do, make it interesting. Because Where's Waldo was cool because you weren't even looking for Waldo. You were looking at all the other weird goofballs all over the place. And so, like, I'd be super fine flying through a ship graveyard looking for one specific thing if the rest of the scenery was really cool.
Get these outlaws off our backs.
Because yeah, genres exist, and I think it is very important to have a wide variety of games, and something that might be fun for some people, i.e., I don't know, NBA 2K 2021, you know, might not be fun for somebody like me, but I can respect that, and respect that by specifically not playing NBA 2K 2020 whatever. That was quick.
It's all done. I think we're clear.
Thank you.
That was fast. This is where I currently am? Yeah. Did I get everything else? Oh. Huh. Oh, there's a bunch of other space stations around. Okay, well, seeing as I'm here, let's go to Union Bridge. Go back to missions, and let's do acquisitions of goods. Because I gotta find diluted insidium somewhere. Oh, there's a thing I can grab. Me as an ex-freelancer player, would you say Everspace 2 is something to invest money in at the moment? It's a little unfinished. So the question is I'm going to say arguably about 20 hours of gameplay worth $40 to you. Because if what you're looking for is a proper freelancer-esque successor, and you don't really care that it is in early access and more than most other indie titles at the moment, then I would actually say this is very, very much worth picking up. But that said, if you want to wait until it's done, it'll get cheaper. But if you're absolutely hungry for like a good freelancer-esque game, I would put this high up there. Unless you have never played Star Sector, and then I'd say maybe look into Star Sector first. Because according to the YouTube comments for my first like 3 videos on this game, Star Sector is the second coming of Freelancer or something. I don't know. I'll play it someday. I don't even know what the game looks like. I just... Anytime a fan base is that passionate, I have to be like, I'm gonna maybe stay away from that one, just because the moment I so much as question it, everyone hates me. What game was it? I was making fun of something, and people got real mad for a while. Was it Terratech? It might have been Terratech that I was making fun of, or I was making fun of some part of it. I don't remember.
I see you're still around.
I always found a hour or two per dollar is a fun exchange. At least at that point, it feels like you're not paying out the nose for something bad. I am not finding what I'm looking for here. Dang. We got copper. They have iron. No. They also do not have what I'm looking for. I guess... Oh, we have a ton of iron, actually. Let's take a look at tractor beam. Let's not invest the money, though. We just want to invest the supplies. Because that's a lot of money.
Let's try this again.
Let's see. So go back to... Probably just back to the GMB mining hub real quick. Is that all the missions? Oh. Yeah, so I'm gonna just get rid of acquisition of goods. It doesn't seem like it's worth it. So let's quickly zoom back to Neptus Plains, drop off these 5 containers. Go from there. Let's see. Star Sector is a top-down space company sim. Good to know. I actually, I'll be entirely honest with you. I have no idea what, I have zero clue what Freelancer even looks like. I've literally never looked at the game. I should. What does Freelancer look like? Oh, why am I in display capture? Oh. I guess you guys can see this no matter what. Whatever. I guess we all go on this journey. What does Freelancer look like? Oh. That's what Freelancer looks like. I thought it was a lot older. I figured it was going to be in the same vein as those Wing Commander games. But no, that looks a little bit more recent. Let's see. But yeah, I would say this is really close to Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. Or, yeah, I guess Rebel Galaxy Outlaws is the closest comparison I can make to this game. But this is 1,000 times better. I liked Rebel Galaxy, but it just lacked a certain level of something where this has. I think part of it is this looks nicer, and space doesn't feel like this just empty void.
This
Which
Nifty
is...
Station? You're speaking to Nifty Station? Job's complete. Good. I want my payment. Signature's fine. Here you go.
Okay. So, dangerous mines, that I can do. Search and destroy, that I can do. Those I can do. Okay. Oh, so close. What do I have? Maybe we sell some things. Because I bet if I just sell a little bit. I'll have enough. Small arms. That'll do the trick. Okay, ship dealer. Please tell me I can get Chonkus. Ooh. It looks like the ships are different, actually. That could be a problem. Because these gunships are slightly outside of my financial reach. Ooh, that's a pretty interceptor. I like them colors. I'm still not going to go for the interceptor, but I need like 700. We could sell the Ethereum shards. I do also have a couple of Cedo signal decoders. I'm going to just sell them because I'm starting to get too many. There we go. Now I got the money. So do I want to go for this green one? I like the colors on this one an amount. I don't think there's any kind of difference between the two. Alright. Purchase. Buy and transfer current to home base. Yeah, the stats different. Not to my knowledge. It's a space game where you travel real-time between destinations. I think shipping stuff. Probably Elite Dangerous. Maybe also Eve? But I've literally never seen Eve or Elite Dangerous really in action. I tried playing Eve. They did like a, they had like the 15-day free trial just as they had launched that. And I was like, oh, let's try Eve. My shield is small. It is very small. Is maybe concerningly small. But that's okay. I kind of expected that. Personally, I think I would like an Eve type game
And those signatures.
that is almost like 7 Days to Die. Well, I guess Avorion is kind of in the same vein, but a 7 Days to Die or Eco or whatever situation where you put together a small server, you know, maybe caps out at about 20-30 people tops, and you can set kind of the limits, you can set what goes on, but you effectively simulate Eve, but without all of the MMO junk. And so I guess it wouldn't be too far off of this game, but some people can run freighters and capital ships, and you're all playing potentially at once if you want to. But there's no like extreme grind. So if anybody wants to go absolutely bananas for it, they can, kind of on their own terms. Because I have really fond memories of playing, let's see, well, I mean, 7 Days to Die, Ark, and so on and so forth, where, or I guess most recently, Wholesome Craft. Here it is.
Just junk? Guess someone beat me to it. Great. Now what? Huh? A jump suppressor? Where did that come from?
Probably over here.
Now how to find a single suppressor in this junk?
Probably out here somewhere. This looks promising. Let's see. But, like, Wholesome Craft is real fun and real promising, and, like, it would be really cool to have a server's worth of people simulating the EVE experience, but with as a more curated experience. I think that would be really fun.
And... Huh? Someone clearly doesn't want me to leave.
Bad time for me to have gotten the really chunky, slower ship. After this is all said and done.
Kind of factory gone rogue? I don't really feel like getting processed today.
The next ship I'll buy is something quick and zippy. Okay, that blew up quick. What is the, what's the new game being made by the people that made the Trine games? If I remember right, they specifically are working on like a Space Engineers-esque game that actually looked really cool.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Please, don't Geo.
Huh? Who is this?
I need your parts.
Right, but so do I. You know, this is a junkyard. Why not look for spares that aren't attached to people?
Computing request. Request accepted. IWWWW will allow spares that are attached from PPP people.
Nice. The signal's coming from near the jump gate. Maybe that bot knows what happened to the gate's key module.
Yes! You know how I said when I was playing the early access version, the beta, and I was like, I hope they keep the text-to-speech because it's kind of endearing? They did! They did, in fact, keep it.
At your place. Please, no more tricks. Is that clear?
Affirmative.
They did, in fact, keep the weird text-to-speech. I love it. Just for a character where it actually makes sense.
Welcome to Charybdis Recycling Plant, where your garbages are future. How may I help you?
I'm looking for a jump gate module that can generate new jump keys.
Computing request. Only head management at HQ can generate and activate new key codes. If you are an employee of Grady and Brunt Enterprises, please direct all code requests directly to HQ.
HQ? That's not even in this system. You're saying that everyone who isn't part of the company cannot leave Ceto?
Exempt our colonial military off. Off. Turning off all systems.
Wait, what about the military?
Colonial officials may use their military override to access jumping facilities.
A military override, huh?
Perils. I need PAR. Thank you for having visited Charybdis Recycling Plant, where your garbages are few.
Poor guy. But time to head back to Dax.
Aw. I was kind of hoping we'd end up with an extremely cursed robot buddy. Alas. Can we do quests for him? Not to my knowledge, no. Isn't Adam military? Ex-military. He's a military clone, which I'm pretty sure they don't give that level of freedom to. For a very good reason. I really should, like, hacks my way through the rest of Everspace 1.
Yeah, one good, one bad.
Just throw them together in one line.
I know how to get through the gate, but we will need a military override.
An override? Like in a hive unit?
Wait, what? We need a hive?
That's what you just told me. You don't happen to know where to find one, do you?
No. No, I don't.
I'm not sure I trust the sound of those pauses. Looks like there's only one place where we will most definitely find one. But it won't be easy.
That pause is on you now.
Your friend just emerged from cryo.
Ben, he's awake?
No, the other one. Get your ass back here, while I make sure that the good doctor doesn't break anything.
I absolutely love the music in this game. It's so good. But yeah, Starbase. I'll have to look at what Starbase is going to be, but maybe that has what I'm looking for. It's kind of like how I always wanted Fallout 76.
Hey, what are you?
What is it? Dax? Hold on tight. I'm on my way.
That's why I always wanted Fallout 76 to just have private servers that you can change everything on and tweak everything on. Gosh, I really should load that back up again and see if it's good now. Because that would be the nicest thing ever if Microsoft just kind of rolled in and it's like, alright, this is a mess, let's fix it. They're not going to, but I would love that.
Adam arrives back at the base alone. He is suspicious as he has not heard from Dax. He draws his weapon as a caution. He is surprised to find Dax lying unconscious on the floor. Suddenly, Adam is hit by a dart in his neck, which instantly paralyzes him. The doctor from the medical freighter appears over Adam and Dax. Keeping Adam conscious, she gives him time to talk. She is angry about being hijacked and demands answers. Adam explains to her where she is. The doctor is furious as she discovers the G&B had transported her to the DMZ. She searches the medical bay as she deduces her situation from the sparse information Adam supplies her. Realizing that the pair were really only trying to save their friend in stasis, she relents a little and begins to form a deal. Dax wakes up and the doctor aims the dart gun at him. Dax explains the situation more, and the doctor softens her position. She agrees to help their friend recover if they promise to help her escape the DMZ. Dax and Adam agree, while Dax admits he likes the doctor's way of doing business.
Okay. Is that the end of the early access?
I'm Delia, by the way. Dr. Delia Wendo.
Call me Dax, and that's Adam.
So, which one of you brought me into this mess?
That was me.
That puts you in the pilot seat when I fly back out.
Don't worry, you and I have the same goal here. But first, we need to find a military override to get past the jump gate.
You got a plan for that?
Actually, we might. Adam, have you ever heard of the Cedo Ghost Fleet?
Can't say that I have.
It's a graveyard of old war wrecks, hidden by those Bloodstar idiots. It's a treasure trove of scrapped military tech, bunker casings, cruiser engines.
Hive units?
Exactly. Problem is, it's hidden by distractor tech, so no one ever found it.
So, more beanbags?
Nah, that's not outlaw style. They're more like fortified bases. That'll make them easier to find, but a hell of a lot tougher to take down.
Where do I start looking?
In the deep fields, I already uploaded some coords to your map. Once all the 3 bases are down, the Ghost Fleet will make its grand entrance and present us with our ticket out of Cedo.
Well, I'm glad you two got it all figured out. I'll gather some data on my patient, while you free agents get busy raiding bases.
We're really not outlaws.
And I really don't care. We're good. As long as you uphold your end of the bargain.
Okay. So I'm going to have to make a decision on this one. Mainly because I love this game dearly. Already from what I've experienced. Like, it's super fun. But if we're going to start hitting cutscenes where they just kind of explain what happened instead, I might want to just kind of call it, and come back later. Once this is actually done. Because I just... No matter what, I am going to have to start over when this game is done. Now, the absolute perfect situation from my perspective is if the game actually said, okay, you played the early access version. Do you want a new game plus with all of your things, but start the story over? As soon as this game goes 1.0, I would be over the moon if more games did that, because I hate feeling like I'm wasting my time in games. And I'm not saying that playing a game is a waste of time. I mean, it technically is, but I like playing things generally through once, unless it's a very sandbox experience. I'm talking Factorio or most recently Dyson Sphere program, and not so much this kind of sandbox where you have just a bunch of random side missions. I like feeling that, you know, if I'm playing a game, I'm playing for keeps, and I don't really like it when games delete all my save progress. Because it doesn't feel very good to come back and find out that, you know, the 6-7 hours of gameplay that I put in got deleted because they couldn't really figure out how to carry it over. And so some games do it really well, other games don't, and some games I just don't care. Like, I will restart Monster Sanctuary over as many times as it needs, mainly just because that game is a masterpiece and I love it. And do they accept request suggestions like that? I have no idea. And if I had a good in with them, I would potentially suggest it. And if I do actually get to meet them at a convention, I might even suggest it. Because, yeah, all I need to know is right now, hey, all of this stuff, we'll just carry over into the 1.0 version. We'll start you over, but you can straight up roll the tutorial in your heavy super gunship for extra goofs. And it won't change the story, but you get to keep your stuff. That's all I'd ever need. Because what I would hate is I get to the end of the early access and then pick it up at the 1.0 saying, yep, I'll just pick it up where I left off. And then the cutscene that we just had, that just kind of had the, this is what happened. I never get to see what the final version of that is, because that would suck. Even though, like, ultimately we got the gist easily, it would still be, we'd still be missing out on, like, the final content. And yes, I can change my ships here, which is quite nice. Oh. Oh, I see. This doesn't have any of these upper stats because I took all the equipment off. That's why. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with this one. I might honestly call it here and just be done with it. And if they let me carry all of my stuff over into the 1.0, I will be very happy. And if they don't, then I'll just start over without feeling like I wasted a ton of time. Because I don't want to just, like, burn myself out hard playing, you know, an additional 6-7 hours of this game only to have it all deleted when the game properly comes out. But I had a lot of fun in the meantime. So, to go back to the question of, is this worth picking up? Truly, once again, if you don't mind early access, absolutely yes. Otherwise, wait until it's done, and then it will 100% be worth it. Because it truly is the best, like, ship-to-ship combat space dogfighting game I've played in a long time. And I can't wait until they're done with it fully.